What is going on, all my Pokey Peeps? It's your boy Pokey Pete, and we are back at it with another one. So, guys, today we are gonna go over the process, start to finish, to getting cards graded. So, some of you guys in the local community might know I grade cards. I love graded cards. Grading cards is a fun experience. It can always help increase value of certain cards too, which is always nice. But overall, it's just a fun experience to get your cards graded, see if they're actually 10s. And it can be an easy process. Sometimes it can be like a little bit more tricky, depending on how much you want to do to a card and like what kind of cards you have, right? So today we're going to go over how exactly to submit cards. And for anybody who submits cards with me, I will show you guys exactly all the steps that I take. I know sometimes I tell you guys like, hey, I'm going to clean your cards up. I'm going to make them look nicer. And we're going to get them ready for grading. Well, today we're going to go over that, and I am going to show you guys exactly what I mean when I say we're going to clean your cards up. So earlier today, we did clean a Shining Gyarados for one of my friends. He is sending it off in this load. We tried to make a video out of that, but we had like a little bit of a technical difficulty, so we're scrapping that. I still have the Gyarados to kind of just show you guys what I did to it. But we also have another card that we are going to clean. We're not going to get this card graded, but we have a Chansey that's kind of beat up, and there's some like gunk in the right spots. So I think that you guys will be able to see what I mean when we clean it and when we get the gunk off. But yeah, so we're going to show you guys that. We're going to show you guys how to package it. We're going to show you guys the submission forms and filling everything out. Again, this is all going to be done through CGC. That is who I choose to grade with. Next week, we're going to put out a video talking about grading services, just kind of comparing, contrasting them, give you guys my opinion, like let you guys know why I choose CGC. But that would be way too long to do in this video. So we're going to make that its own thing. We're going to drop it next week. For today, since I'm sending out some cards tomorrow, we're going to get into cleaning this card up. So this is also something that I just kind of did recently. So one of my friends actually recently purchased a first edition Charizard, which is awesome. Like a first edition base set, Shadowless Charizard, the whole 9 yards. And he bought it. It was an awesome card. And he had the confidence in me to let me clean the card up a little bit for him. And it looked a good bit better. You could definitely see some of the stuff that we got off of it. So I'm kind of just, using this as an opportunity to show you guys what I mean by cleaning cards, because you definitely can. So earlier today, this Gyarados had like a couple layers of gunk on it. It wasn't as clean. I mean, like it's definitely cleaned up a good bit now. So I think that we're probably gonna get a 6 on this when we grade it and send it off. So that's what we're hoping for. Super cool card. And we cleaned it up a little bit earlier. So we just kind of have this one still chilling. We're gonna put it back in its penny sleeve. It's clean as we're going to get it. And once you're done with the card and you're getting it ready to get submitted for grading, you're going to want to use card savers. These are semi-rigid card savers. They're a little flimsy, but you're going to bind them in cardboard anyway. And this is what grading companies like to get the cards in. So we'll put that safe and sound in there, and it will join the stack of cards ready to get graded. Here we got a Chansey. You guys can kind of see it's beat up. Let's see if we can get the gunk that we're gonna. So you guys can kind of see some dirt and grime on the Chansey's belly. We're gonna try our best to get that off. Should be able to. Most of this card is already kind of beat up, so you're not gonna see like a real difference with it. I'm just trying to find some like gunky spots to show you guys what I mean. I think the belly is like the perfect example though, because like that is very clearly some gunk, and I definitely think we can get that off. So when I'm cleaning a Pokemon card, it's going to be very simple, guys. You guys see I have a microfiber. You guys see I have some Q-tips here. They're still white. They're not going to be white when we're done with this. And then we have a little cup of water. All this is straight plain tap water, no chemicals. This is fresh out the hose. This is tap water. The reason that I'm going to clean this card today, and the reason that we clean the cards when we send them off to get graded, is because at the grading companies, they're not going to do anything to your card. So if you have like a booger over here, or like some Cheeto dust down here, or like a fat thumbprint that's all grimy right there like that, they're going to grade it like that, and you're going to lose points for the surface. It's just how it is. You're going to lose points for your grade. So it's always a good idea to make sure your cards are as clean as they can be without like tampering them, without damaging them. Just make them as clean as they can be before you send them off to get graded. That way you can ensure yourself the highest possible grade. And I know this can be like kind of a stressful thing, and this can be like kind of a, oh, Pete, I don't want to put water on a card. Like, that's not a good idea. It definitely can be, but when you've been doing it for a while and you know how to do it, it's really not that bad. And I'm going to show you guys. I'm not going to damage this card any more than it already is, but I am going to get it cleaner. Something that I will just say before we start cleaning this card, please, 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 do not try this with an expensive card if it's your first time trying it because you saw me do it in a video and you think it's a good idea. Practice with common cards. Get some dirt, put them on some common cards, practice with that, or just go find somebody in your local community that actually knows how to do it. Like, I grade cards for people. This all goes down. This happens for people when they give me their cards. Like, I take care of them. I get everything done. And I promise you guys, wherever your local community is, whoever you are, you have somebody in your community that is going to be able to do this and is going to be willing to help you out with it. Most people in the Pokemon community are good people and will just help you out. And yeah, like you'll have people like me in your community that can do this, know how to do this, and can safely do it. You know, like I said, one of my friends trusted me to do it with the first edition base set Charizard. So I'm sure you guys will have people like that. Like, I don't think you guys should do that off rip, okay? Definitely practice. But so what you're gonna do is, I guess we'll do it again. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start with your Q-tip, and you're gonna just stick it in the water, get a little wet, get a little tap, and we got our little play mat here. You could use a play mat, you could use a shirt, you could use whatever. We're just gonna dab the Q-tip dry. We don't want it to be super, super wet while we're doing this. We want it to be just a little damp. So, you know, I'm going to feel it, give a little squeeze, get some of that water off. There we go. So now we got a damp Q-tip. And literally, guys, all we're going to do is we're just going to little circles around the card. And this is going to help get some of the grime off. And you guys can kind of see, thanks to the ring light, where the reflection is. You can kind of see what spots I'm hitting with water, how I'm doing it. You know, it's just light amount of pressure, very, very light amount of pressure. You don't want to be going too hard on it. And just go around, make little circles. That's it. Nothing super crazy here. And we're just going to try to take some gunk off. If you find a spot that you think has like a little bit of extra gunk, you could focus on it, maybe put a tiny bit more pressure, not a lot. But just keep making those small circles. And we're just trying to get some layers of gunk and grime off. We're not trying to alter the card. We're not trying to completely change anything here. We're just getting little layers of gunk and grime off. I always work my way from the outside to in. It's just how I like to do it. And we're just going to be very, very careful. Here we go. Just being careful. Applying it. See, we're not getting the Q-tip any more wet either. We've already dunked it in the water. We got it damp. We don't need a lot of water here. A little bit of water goes a long way. Remember, this is a piece of cardboard, so you know you don't want to saturate it. You don't want to completely soak it in water. All right, now look at this. I don't know if you guys can see. We can get this Q-tip to come and focus a little bit, maybe. The Q-tip does not want to focus. But you guys can kind of see it's definitely dirtier. There's definitely layers of grime on there. It's not white anymore, I promise. We're going to use the other end, do the exact same thing before we hit this hollow. Now on the hollow, we're going to be extra careful to be extra light on pressure, because we don't want to create any hollow scratches. This typically won't make any scratches as long as you're light with it, but we're just going to be extra careful around the hollow. You know how it is. This one doesn't really matter that much because this hollow is, oh my god. Jesus, this hollow was dusty. Guys, are you seeing this? Are you seeing what a little water is doing to this hollow right now? I chose the perfect card. This was just grime. Oh my god, the Chansey was not nearly as bad as I thought it was. I thought that was all scratched up and dulled. It was just grimy. Oh, dude, this is coming right off. Look at this. Oh yeah, it's coming right off. This Chansey is day and night. Jesus. This is even better than I thought. This is a better example than I thought it would be. Now, I showed you guys the part of the body that had that grime. So that's what we're really going to focus on here. We're going to get that off. Get all the layers of grime off the body. And then I'll pick the card up and show you guys again. You'll be able to see. This card looks so much better. Wow. That was literally day and night for me, guys. Holy heck. We really dusted up this holo. This guy got clean. Sheesh. Okay, so we're going to pick up the Chansey. As you guys can tell, that holo got way cleaner. This was a lot more gunky. But specifically right there on the body, that like thumbprint of dust and dirt and grime is gone. It's a lot cleaner now. I mean, like, this is still not the cleanest card because it's already beat up. But, man, it's a lot cleaner now. This holo, we got this holo cleaned up. There's a whole lot of grime on this Q-tip that doesn't want to come into focus. A whole lot of grime on there. Alright, so guys, now what we're going to do, we're just going to get it all wrapped up in the microfiber. And we're just going to apply pressure. That's it. We're just going to pat it dry with some pressure. And, I mean, these cards, again, guys, we did not put barely any water on there, so it's not really wet. It's just a little damp, and we're cleaning it up. We're drying it out. And once our card is dry, we're going to flip it over. That holo, honestly, guys, that holo went from day to night. Like, that kind of impressed me. I didn't expect to get that much off. That kind of impressed me. And now we're going to do the exact same thing to the back. As you guys can see, I got a fresh Q-tip. You know, you don't want to keep applying a grimy Q-tip to the same spots. Like, once the grime is on the Q-tip and the Q-tip starts changing color and you can't really tell it's white anymore and it starts looking like, you know, gunky, that's when you're going to want to change sides. So I grabbed the second Q-tip for the back, and we're literally just going to do the exact same thing. The back of this one didn't look too grimy, so this should be quick and easy. I don't think we're going to really get too much off, and I don't really think that the back's going to change drastically like the front did. The front of this card changed pretty drastically. So that was kind of crazy. I didn't expect to get that much grime off the holo. I kind of thought that holo had just dulled out a little bit, but apparently it was just all a bunch of grit and grime. This is why we clean our cards. This is why you guys should look into this possibly. I mean, like, even this card, it's going to look a lot nicer in my binder now than it did before. Man, we are actually getting a lot of gunk off of this. A lot of gunk coming off the Chansey. Is this scratches, or is this like some sort of paint that I can actually wipe out? I think these are scratches down here. Pretty sure those are just scratches. This is an old card. It was in a binder lot. It was tucked behind a couple other cards, so I'm not really surprised that this one's like beat up, but it works perfectly for us for this video's purposes. For the sake of everything, we're going to be able to get a lot of gunk and grime off. And that is exactly what we wanted to show you guys. So this kind of just worked. We did a good job with the Gyarados. Not nearly as big of a difference with the Gyarados, though. And again, we're just going, you know, lightly. Light pressure. That's all it is. It's definitely, you don't want to go too hard on it. You also don't want to go too soft on it. The most important thing I would say is making sure the Q-tip is only damp, and then just applying the right amount of pressure. So we're going to go one more time with the last side of the Q-tip. We're just going to go over it one more time and get it as clean as we realistically can. And then we're going to dry it off, sleeve it up, and back in the binder this Chansey is going to go. But yeah, guys, small circles, little dabs of water, and you can get a lot of icky stuff off of your Pokemon cards. And it's not tampering with it. Grading services are not going to consider this tampering. It's literally just a little bit of water that you're doing, to get dirt off of a card. So you don't have to worry. Like I know some there's a couple of like cleaners out there for cards that are supposed to fix them and restore them and stuff. Some grading services are getting kind of like harsh on that. They're like determining that chemicals went on a card and all this and all that, and they can mess stuff up and they can mark a card as tampered with. You're not going to get that problem with water. I promise. I've been doing this pretty much since I've been grading Pokemon cards. I've been cleaning them. I've been cleaning them since before that, to be honest with you guys, but since I started grading, and I've never had a tampered card, so we're good on that front. Boom, and as you guys can see, there's no like wet reflective spots. The card is dry now. There's no water damage done to it. We're dry. We're clean. The holo got a million times better. I might even hit the holo again. It looks like I might be able to hit that holo again. I might do that. Not going to do it right now because we don't need to, but the main thing that we wanted to show you guys was right over here on the belly. Before, you guys definitely saw that brown gunky thumbprint, and now as you guys can see, it's gone. It looks like a much better card. It really is kind of day and night. I mean, we still got the Q-tip here. It's still kind of wet. We'll hit it again. We'll hit it again because really this is looking a lot nicer. I'm actually kind of impressed with how much nicer it's looking. It's definitely like still going to be beat up. It's a damaged card. I mean, like there's scratches all over this thing, but you know, it looks nicer. If it looks nicer, I'll appreciate it more in my binder. So we'll hit it again while we got it out, because I'm honestly probably not going to take it out again. It's just not worth it to keep cleaning this card. But while we have it out, we might as well get the gunk and grime off of it. Alright, and one last time we'll dry her up. And that's going to be it, guys. That's how you clean a Pokemon card. Water, Q-tip, pressure, circles, microfiber. That's all you need. Super, super easy. Not super, super hard. And but it can make a pretty big difference, as you guys are seeing. Like this card actually does look a pretty good bit different. The Shining Gyarados didn't look crazy different. There were definitely some spots you could tell. This card, to me, honestly, like that holo looks day and night. So I'm pretty excited for that. We're gonna just put this away for now. So yeah, that's all there is to it. We are gonna get rid of this stuff because we don't need it anymore. We're gonna get rid of this water. We are lagging a little bit too. Why are we lagging, phone? What's going on here? Our phone is lagging a little bit. Actually, no, it's okay. It's going out. I don't know. Maybe it was just for a second. Hopefully it was just for a second. I didn't catch it. I was like focusing on cleaning the cards. So next up, we're gonna grab a stack of cards. We tilted the phone. Oh no. We fixed it. There we go. So these are some of the cards that we're sending off to get graded. There's that Gyarados. You know, we have some cool cards in here. Just quickly show you guys. This is some of the stuff that's getting graded. Not all of it's going out. Just most of it's going out. Send this out tomorrow. We're gonna do some fun grade reveals on the channel too. Like that's something I plan to do because I like grading cards and I think it's a fun experience. But so once you have your complete stack of cards that's gonna get graded, you want them all to be in the semi-rigid holders, and you're gonna get a couple pieces of cardboard. So we have ours, and we're just gonna put a piece on top and a piece on bottom. Bind the cards in cardboard, and we got a few rubber bands. Now you want to get rubber bands that are kind of big, because you don't want it to be too tight around the cards. So you want like a good rubber band. It's really just to hold everything in place. You don't want it to be too tight where it's going to destroy the cards. So these are going to be perfect. And you'll put a rubber band around the center that way, and another rubber band around the center this way. So once we have that, There we go. And that's it. That's all you do. We're going to bubble wrap this. And then after we bubble wrap this, we're just going to put it in a box. And tomorrow morning, we're going to ship it out. So that's all there is to it, to getting the cards ready. That's how you properly package them. That's how you properly send them off. That's how you clean the cards, if you're wondering. Or you get somebody in your community who's done it before. Even if you just want your card to look a little bit nicer in the binder, if you have a dirty card, they are definitely cleanable. So now let's show you guys the website. And let's just kind of go over that. So like I said, I use CGC, so we're just going to use CGC for now. So we're going to want CGC cards. Just kind of showing you guys the exact steps. Like, you don't even have to know the website. Just Google CGC cards. It'll pop up. Now, I have an account, but I'm just going to show you guys. The accounts are free to make on CGC. I don't think they're like that on PSA or Beckett. I'm not positive, but I think you need a membership there to actually submit cards. I have a membership with CGC. I have the highest membership you can have because, as you can see, there's cool little bonuses. There's like extra credits to grade with. You get like percentages off of the cards and everything. To me, it's just worth it to spend the $300, especially since I submit cards for people. So like, I'm always doing this kind of thing. But for you guys, you don't even need it. You can just join for free. So we're going to go ahead and create a membership. We're going to join for free. And we're going to use our YouTube account. And we are going to make a password real quick. We're not going to tell you guys the password, but we're going to make one real quick. I mean, I don't really plan to use this account, so I guess I could tell you guys the password. I'm not going to again. And now we're going to get our name in here. And our display name. Pokey Pete. Our collecting interest is trading cards. We've read it. We're not a robot. And boom. Create account. So there we go. We made an account. We're ready to go. We're not going to worry about any of this stuff. You guys, if you guys want to do this stuff, you guys can do this stuff. We're not going to do any of this stuff for right now, especially since this is just going to be an account. And now we can start doing everything. So it'll tell you guys exactly how to do it. You can follow the steps, but I already know where we need to go. So first things first, we're going to go over to here to submit, and then we're going to go down to submission form. So what we're going to do is we are going to go down here. We're going to select the online form because we're going to be submitting online. Our cart is empty and we're going to start a new order. So the first thing it's going to ask us to do is select what we want done. So we can have a card graded where it'll be encapsulated. We can get a crossover. So if we have a PSA or Beckett card that we just want in a CGC slab, we can cross it over with them. Or we can do a complete reholder. So if the slab is cracked or scratched up, or if you have an older slab that you want the new label for, just go ahead and reholder it. So we're going to do grading today. And we're going to agree to everything. I've read the waiver. I can just agree to it. And here it goes. It'll break down all of the prices for you guys. So, bulk of submissions, you need to have at least 25 cards. That's $12 per card. The economy is $15 a card. Express is $50 a card, and walkthrough is $150. We're just going to go ahead and do a bulk submission, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a card. So we're going to go ahead and add Shining Gyarados. So super easy. You come into here and just type in whatever card you want. So we got Shining Gyarados. Ours is the unlimited version of English, so we'll just select that. Next, we'll ask our quantity. We're only submitting one of these, so one is perfect. Declared value. Now, the declared value is what you think the card is worth in the current condition and what you end up ultimately insuring it for. So whatever you put as the declared value is how much they would pay you out if there was some sort of problem at the plant. I'll be honest with you guys. Typically, with CGC, they don't really upcharge me. I've been upcharged a couple times, but for the most part, they don't really upcharge you. You can submit just about anything in bulk status if you're okay insuring it for $250 if something goes wrong. So if you have like a $10,000 card, and you just declare its value at 250, you can still send it bulk. It just won't be insured. So that's like a risk reward type thing for you to decide whether or not you should submit it in the bulk or if you should just pay for the next tier up. For this Gyarados in the condition that it's in, it's probably about a $200 card, but we're going to go ahead and say the full max value of 250 just in case something goes wrong with it, and we're going to add it. So once we've added all the cards, we'll come down here. So right now they're running a special where there is no handling fee. Normally it's a $5 fee there, but right now they're running a special. The shipping, we'll determine that in a second. And we're just kind of reviewing our cart. We've got a Pokemon Shining Gyarados from Unlimited Neo Revelation. That's perfect. So we'll go to Review Cart. From here, it's going to ask us to... Your cart contains one or more invalid submissions? Why? Oh, because it's bulk. Duh. We can't do one card for bulk. It's 25 minimum. So we're going to just delete this and do the exact same thing, but with economy. That was pretty dumb of me, huh? Thinking that I could show you guys. Because this, there's no minimum for cards. So, let's show you guys. Again, we'll try round two. It's late. Round two. So we get all this stuff in there again. Great. We got our card in. Boom. Review cart. Here we go. All right. So it takes us to this page. And now the choose shipping method is an option. So we're going to go ahead and choose our shipping method. What we're going to want to do, what I always do and what I recommend people do, ship on your own. It's easier. You can just print out a shipping label from Pirate Ship is a great place, or just go to the post office, whatever you guys want to do. It's just going to be easier. It's going to be faster. It's going to save you money. I always ship on my own. I'm going to have it sent back to my address. You guys don't have to have it sent back to your address. You can leave it at the vault, but I'm going to have it sent back to my address. We're going to ship with CGC. And I am not going to put in all of the rest of my personal information here, just for sake of not putting in my personal information. But from there, we would just choose what we want. So return shipping, we're going to choose the cheapest option, which is going to be ground. Then it's going to insure everything. And if I had put in all my information, it would let me go to the next page, which is just entering payment. And then from that page, I would put in all my personal information again with my payment information. Again, I'm not going to show you guys that for obvious reasons. And then from there, you would just submit it, and it would take you to a packing slip form. You would just print out that packing slip and put it with your order, and you're ready to ship. That's it. You'll be submitted. You'll be ready to ship. So that's really all it takes. Like, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it for free. And it took maybe 5 minutes for us to, maybe 10 minutes total for us to make an account and start a submission form and get everything going. So it's definitely not that hard. Super easy. And again, though, if any of you guys are thinking about getting into grading cards, I know a lot of people go down their journey of collecting Pokemon cards. And a lot of the times when you go on that journey for Pokemon cards, you'll start out just collecting. You'll start out ripping packs. Then you'll start a sealed collection. Then you'll start looking into some graded stuff. Then you'll start looking into grading cards on your own. And you'll just kind of keep evolving as a collector and figure out what you really like, what you really want, and what you want to do in the hobby. But for anybody that is interested in grading cards, I highly recommend you talk to somebody who's already done it. Talk to somebody who has the experience. Again, every community is going to have somebody in there that is going to have grading experience and is going to be like nice enough to help you out and, go on that journey with you. If you're local to the Charlotte, North Carolina area, that's where I live at. So I am more than happy to be that person for you. If you ever want to link up, get some cards graded with CGC, or just, have me look at them, have me clean them up for you, I am more than happy to do that for anybody in the community, because that's really what it's all about. It's about helping each other out as we go on these journeys. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for this one. I just wanted to kind of quickly go over, show you guys how to submit stuff to a grading service, how to clean a Pokemon card, how to package them and everything like that. get everything ready for grading, because we are sending off a load tomorrow. And like I said, I've actually had like 3 or 4 people this past weekend ask me about like grading and about like what all goes into it. I told somebody I was going to clean their card. They kind of asked me like, what does that mean? And I was like, I'm going to make it look better and we're going to get it ready to go. And it's just something that I've been doing a bit more. Like, for whatever reason, I've had more opportunity to clean some vintage cards here recently. So I just figured we'd make a little video on it, showing you guys that a card's condition can, you can bring some life back to a Pokemon card if it's just got like a little bit of grime on it. But yeah, let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you knew you could grade for free with CGC. Let me know if you guys even like graded cards. Let me know if you knew that you could put water on a Pokemon card without damaging it. Let me know if you guys knew you could clean cards, or if this was like new info for you, and like now you might want to go back through and look at some dirty cards and maybe try cleaning them yourselves, or having somebody else that's more experienced like help you out with it. But all right guys, expect another video update probably on Tuesday, where we're going to talk about grading services, what each one has to offer, and why you should grade where you should grade with. But until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, rest of the weekend, depending when you're watching this, and we'll see you in the next one.